spring break. I hope you guys had an excellent spring break. And now that you're back and you're watching this, you want to do another art project. Well, I got a different one for you right now. So being that you came back from spring break, take it easy on you guys. Keep it light, keep it fun, and have a lot of your choice involved in this one. I want to talk about Michelangelo. No, not Michelangelo, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Actual Michelangelo, the Italian Renaissance artist from Italy. Sculptor, painter, artist extraordinaire. He's incredible. He's a staple in art history. He had a whole movement, Renaissance art. Incredible artist. I want to read two quotes from him. Two quotes from Michelangelo. And I have my computer out right here so I know I get it right. The quote is, "Every block of stone has a statue inside of it. And it is the task of the sculptor to discover it." Right? Every block of stone, a rock, has a statue, has a piece of artwork inside of it. And it's the task of the sculptor or the artist to discover what that thing is. This is going to be your project. Here's the second quote. "I saw the angel in the marble and carved until I set him free." These interesting stories about Michelangelo sitting in front of a large piece of marble rock and staring at it for days, for weeks, maybe months. He would sit and look at the stone marble and watch it. And the old story says that someone came up to him and said, "Hey, Mike, what are you doing? Staring at that stone all day for days on end. What are you doing?" And his answer would be, "I'm working." Just looking at it. See what he was doing? He was looking for that story inside of that rock. There's a piece of artwork in there. And he's allowing, just by that observation of the rock, to have the rock talk to him. It's a moment of inspiration. It's creativity at its finest. Just boop, the idea comes in your head. So here's your project to be a little Michelangelo. I want you to go out and look for rocks. A rock. And as you're looking for the rock, see if there's a rock that speaks to you. A rock that looks like something. You kind of look at it and you're like, you know what? That looks like a... When you find that rock and you have that answer, I want you to pick up that rock, bring it home, and paint it. Okay? So I have this white rock right here. It's a simple white rock. But I love this shape. And I'll tell you something. This shape reminds me of Star Wars. Yeah, that's right. It reminds me of a spaceship from Star Wars. All right? This one right here is very smooth. It's got a little curve to it, and it can rest on its side like that. It's almost like it's showing me a scene, right? I found a couple rocks, and they spoke to me, and I painted on them. The easiest one you can get is a round rock, which I painted into a ladybug, right? It spoke to me. I took a look at it, and I said, wow, that'd make a really good ladybug. Took the rock, brought it home, painted it. Small paintbrushes work best for this. Another one was an M&M. I wouldn't eat this. It is a rock. It is not an actual M&M. Very small paintbrush. I was in a stream, and let me tell you, you're going to find your best rocks, like the weird ones. The ones that look like strange things, you'll find them in streams and brooks. Worm. I made this one into a worm. It just cried worm out to me. It's got a cute little face. Right? This is a weird one. I saw this one rock just today, and it looked to me as if it was a nose. It actually has nostrils underneath it right there. Yeah. Can't pick this one. I did pick the rock, but you can't pick the nose because it is a rock. The best one I found was a stone that looked like a duck. So I made it into a duck head. There you go. Both sides too. I wasn't cheap with it. Went all the way. Another rock I found looks similar to a mountain. So I painted a mountain on it. Right there. And lastly, like the gray stone that I showed you, I saw a rock that had a nice flat bottom on it. So I created a sunset scene on the rock. So the possibilities with this are endless. You could do scenes, you could do animals, you could make into a monster. Anything your imagination tells you. And that's the key to this one. When you're looking for a rock, see if a rock speaks to you. See if something in your mind is triggered and says, that looks like a, whatever it could be. I mean, I found a nose, for Pete's sakes. I saw this rock and I immediately thought nose. So I had to paint it as a nose with the nostrils. So look for your rocks. Like I said, brooks, streams, fantastic places to find them. Check your backyard, check the garden. Parents got to know where you are, guys. All right, so you got to involve them on this one. Tell them what I'm asking you to do. You got to look for a rock that speaks to you. Treat it like a Michelangelo. See if you have some instant inspiration and take that rock and create something new out of it. The second thing that you can choose to do, and I'm sure a lot of you have a lot of these. There's a lot of paper towel rolls and toilet paper rolls going around. This is an excellent thing for it to speak to you, just like the rocks. All right, I cut this down into the size of the toilet paper rolls, and I have a few here. I did a couple. You might like this one. I made a ninja. It's from a toilet paper roll. The belt right here is the piece of paper that I just tied on, and I cut out a little piece of paper for his little sword. All right, simple, right? Samurai, ninja. We have the tried and true minion. Toilet paper roll. Cut out a couple pieces of hair for him, just like that. Kind of proud of this one right here. We have a fish, like a koi fish, right here. It's got his eyeball. So it's a toilet paper roll. I found some yarn in my place, and I was able to use that so I can tie it up on something, maybe outside for the wind. I painted scales on it. These are just regular pieces of paper that I cut out in little ribbons, and I took a marker, Crayola marker, colored them right in. You can use crayons or paint. This is paint right here. When you do these, you don't necessarily have to paint them. All these that I'm showing you are actually painted. You can take construction paper, glue construction paper on if you need to. That'd be perfectly fine. What I did was I gave everything a white base. I coated it with white paint first. So if you have any white house paint or acrylic paint, I suggest to paint it white first. Once it's white, you can even use markers on it. As long as you have a nice solid white, markers show up really good. They won't show up very well with cardboard color. Almost not at all. Paint, construction paper, markers, if you can paint it white first. Here's my shark you've probably been looking at. This is all part of the toilet paper tube that I have on here. The fin, I was actually able to cut a small slot right there, and I was able to push the triangle right through, and it's not taped or glued, it's just sticking on there just like that. The tail and the fin are toilet paper roll pieces. Just cut them out to look like that. So that's your art project for this week. Until next week, we'll get a new one next week. Next week, I think we're going to see illuminated letters. I believe we're going to see a landscape, a desert landscape, Grand Canyon, and probably one more I'm kind of working on. I see if it's going to work or not. So for this week, see if any rocks speak to you, and see if any rolls of paper towel or toilet paper rolls speak to you too. Cardboard tubes. All right, so till next week, have a great time. I'm going to put one more video up concerning 5th grade and their creative arts program. There is 3 other videos up there that are very long. It's a 3-parter. You can watch it if you want to, but it has to do with a whole different project I'm doing. All right, guys, have fun. Be little Michelangelos. Use your imagination and inspiration, and send me what you have on Google Classroom on the slides. You can create your own slide and submit it, or you can put it on the slides that I have there for you on the Classroom. Have fun. See you again soon. Bye-bye.